Hello, Devoted Geeks. Welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting people know they're loved. I'm Dallas, with me is...
Celeste! We are so glad that you hit play today. Now, today's episode, this whole month's episodes, are a little different than what we normally do because we are counting down to Season 5.
Yes!
We're so excited about Season 5 that we decided to revisit some previous episode 1s of... our season.
Yeah.
There is a slight difference, though, in this episode because Season 3, Episode 1 was a live stream. A live stream in which we went 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that to you. If you would like to go back and watch that, there'll be links down below. But we decided to jump to Episode 2, which is a much more bite-sized, manageable devotion.
Yes, it is. So, and on the front of that, you guys are going to see us do something special where we give a special shout out to some Patreons. We do have a Patreon, geekdevotions.com/Patreon. Links down in the description below. And that's where you, for as little as $1 a month, can support us here at Geek Devotions. And we just happen to have an influx of new patrons and we want to say thank you properly. So we're going to shout these people out. First on the docket is... Nathan Marchand! Second up is PaulJPowers.com! Number 3 is the Dapper Man! I feel like I'm doing Ginyu Force. And fourth and final is Ashley APK! So hey, if you want to be a devoted Patreon geek and you want us to shout your name, go to our Patreon, Geek Devotions patreon.com/Geek Devotions. That being said, let's get into today's devotional.
Today on Geek Devotions, we're talking about Alice in Wonderland and asking the question,
who are you?
Hello, and welcome to Geek Devotions, a show from a couple devoted geeks devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I am Celeste, and with me is...
Dallas! Thanks so much for hitting the play button. Do us a favor, guys. Check out our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or all those things. But we want to do something really, really quick before we get into today's devotion. That is this.
Yes.
We want to give a very special thank you to Jonathan Gilbert. Jonathan is one of our devoted Patreon geeks, and he is at the $10 level of Patreon Geek, where he gets a shout out and his name in the show notes at least once a month. So, Jonathan, you're amazing. We appreciate you, dude. You are, we literally stand humbled and amazed that you would do that. And to all of our other devoted Patreon geeks, we're humbled by you, and we're so thankful for your support for what we do here at Geek Devotions.
Should we actually shout his name because we said we would?
Let's do it.
Okay, ready?
Jonathan Gilbert!
If you would like us to shout your name like we just did...
Because we did.
Then head on over to patreon.com/Geek Devotions. All that being said, let's get into our devotion today about Alice. Okay, so we recently watched the live-action Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland, which we both thoroughly love, because what's not to love about Tim Burton, honestly?
Really? I mean, there are those dark days.
So as we were watching the movie, one topic kept standing out to me, and it was the fact that everyone was telling Alice who she was, what she should do. They were telling her that her face wouldn't last, that she didn't want to be a burden, that she would not do any better than Hamish. Even in Wonderland, people were telling her, oh, you're not that Alice. You're not the Alice that we need. At one point, Absalom, the caterpillar, goes, you're not that Alice yet. So, my question that kept going through my head is, who are you? Absalom asked her, who are you? And at the first time he asked her, she didn't even know. She couldn't even tell him who she was. She was so confused by all these things that people were telling her that she needed to be and do, that she didn't know who she was.
Right.
Progressed through about an hour of the movie, and she's discussing with Absalom again the things that are happening, And he goes, well, what do you know? You don't even know who you are. And she goes, I do too. I am Alice Kingston. And goes off through this list of who she is.
It's a very impressive speech.
Very impressive speech.
I felt inspired.
And as inspiring as that speech was, it really kind of made me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because in that list, obviously, this is not a Christian movie, but Child of God was never on that list.
Yeah.
So, my question to you, Devoted Geek, is, who are you? According to Galatians 3:26, it says, for you are all sons and daughters through trusting in Messiah Yeshua. So as soon as you trust Jesus and believe in God, then you are his daughter or his son. That's who you are. You don't need any of the other labels.
Right. So, and that's something I think a lot of people struggle with, is they're trying to figure out who they are. Even in the church, they're trying to figure out who they are. And you and I have a very special heart for PKs, the pastor's kids and the missionary kids, because they're trying to figure out who they are in the midst of being the kids of these pastors and people in ministry, and there's all this stuff on them. And
kind of like Alice.
She was kind of live up to somebody else's name. But it's a matter of owning your identity as a child of God. And that was a big thing. She owned her identity at the end of it as the daughter of her father.
Yeah.
And walked in that. And us, we need to come to a point where we own the identity of a son or daughter of the King, of God.
1 John 3:1 says, see how glorious a love that the Father has given us, that we should be called children of God, and so we are. That scripture means that you should not have a problem going, I am a son, I am a daughter of God.
Yeah.
Because it's there that God loved us so much that he wanted us in his family. He doesn't just want to be your friend, although he does want to be your friend.
Yes.
Because Jesus is a friend of mine. It's in my head, I'm sorry.
If you want to know what she's talking about, check the link in the first comment down below.
I'm so sorry.
You're welcome.
I'm so sorry.
Or check the card.
Or check the card. But he wants you to be more than just an acquaintance, more than a friend. He wants you to be family.
Right.
Which, there's something about family that's a little bit more special than just a friend. Although there's very special friends.
Yeah.
But it's just more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well that was your devotion for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it encouraged you. So, it's time for the question of the week.
The week!
The week! Question of the week is, what is your favorite Tim Burton movie?
This is a hard one for me.
I know.
It's a toss-up between Batman, 1989, or Nightmare Before Christmas. For very different reasons for both of them, but it's a toss-up for me for those two. How about you?
I have two dilemmas as well.
Yeah.
Because part of me absolutely adores Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, I love this movie. But at the same time, The Corpse Bride sticks in my head.
That was a good one too.
Like, I've only seen it a few times, but I can quote lines from it, and I can tell you scenes and the way it looks.
Right.
And then it has Johnny Depp, so it's just good. So it's one of those that it definitely makes it on the list.
Absolutely. All right, leave your comments down below, answer the question of the week, and also let us know your thoughts on this week's devotion by leaving a comment down below. With that being said, guys, don't forget, if you want to be a devoted Patreon geek, if you'd like to help support our ministry on a monthly basis for as little as $1 a month, check out patreon.com/Geek Devotions. There'll be a link in the description down below. So, all that being said, from us here at Geek Devotions,
Stay devoted.
peace and love.